Hey, welcome back into the school. So I get asked a lot of questions by students and people on social media and stuff, but the best questions always come from the kids. So in this video, I'm going to answer a whole bunch of questions from our Kung Fu kids. So the first one from Jake. Jake wants to know, what is my favorite food? Okay, well, I like all food, but I definitely have some favorites. Probably sushi is one of my favorites, most definitely, and roast duck. I really like roast duck, so I like to cook that at home in the oven, nice and crispy, and yeah, that's one of my favorites. So roast duck. Next question now. Elio. So Elio wants to know, what is the coolest moment in my whole martial arts career? Well, that's a difficult question, Elio. There's been a lot of cool moments, and of course I've met a lot of very, very cool people, you know, some really great fighters and some movie stars, you know, and all those kind of things. And I've been traveling around with, you know, famous musicians and DJs and all that kind of stuff. Doing movies, that's pretty cool. And yeah, winning 8 gold medals in the World Championships last time, that was also pretty cool. But I think the coolest thing of all, in my whole martial arts career, is being a personal student of Grandmaster Doutzen Wong, because he is the coolest dude on the planet, and being one of his students is a very, very nice thing. So for me, Elio, that's the coolest thing, being one of Grandmaster's students. Now, this is a nice question. The next one, Jamie wants to know, what is your favorite place to go right after the World Championships? Okay, well, the World Championships is always in China. The Kung Fu World Championships we're talking about. It's always in China. And usually in the south of China, or on Hong Kong Island, Hong Kong area. And then just off Hong Kong, just off the south coast, there's a little tiny island which is called Lan Tao. So you can look that up on Google Maps. Lan Tao. I'll write it down there for you. Now, Lan Tao is a very special, very nice, peaceful island with one of the biggest Buddhas in the world that you can actually see from space. And it's very, very, very relaxing, and beautiful beaches with almost no people on them. So very nice nature and amazing food. So Lantau is probably my favorite place, and some of the guys on the pro team have been there with me after the World Championships, like Sifu Chicken and Sifu Lucas and Sifu Victor. They've all been with me to Lantau. So that's a really beautiful place. Have a look on Google and you can see all about Lantau. And my second favorite place is to come back home and see you guys. Okay, and this is a question that a lot of adults ask me actually as well, from Mohamed. Mohamed wants to know, do you ever chill out? I know sometimes if you only follow me on social media or you're one of my students, then it might look like I never, ever chill out. But I do, obviously. When you're a professional athlete, you also have to have recovery days and you have to have downtime. You know, you can't just be constantly on the high level like that, you know, otherwise you're going to burn out. So, yes, Mohammed, I do chill out quite often. One of my favorite things to do to chill out is to ride my Harley Davidson. And then when I'm riding, I just don't think about anything. except the road, and I find that very, very relaxing. So yes, I do chill out. It's very important to do that, Mohamed, also for you. Sometimes just relax, breathe, and it's nice for your parents as well. Okay, next question. Kai wants to know, how many world championships have you done in China? Okay, well, I have to think about that because it's been a lot. Let's see. The first one I ever did was a junior championship. So I don't know, I was about 17, I think, 16, 17. And then as an adult, I've done at least 10, I think. Yeah, maybe more. 12. Yeah, so let's say around maybe 12 or 13 different championships. And the last few ones, let's say the last 5, have been the ones that I've been the most successful at. Winning, like multiple gold medals. And of course the last one, which most of you will already know about, was when I did the maximum divisions, 8 divisions, and 8 gold medals. I might do another one. We'll just see how things go. Obviously now when I'm filming this is in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, so there are no championships. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel by the time those things come around again. Simon wants to know, why did you start Kung Fu? Well, that's a good question. So when I was a little tiny kid, still living in England, then when I was about 6, was the first time I put on boxing gloves and did some boxing. That was at school, in a school boxing class, and I really loved it. And I wanted to hit everything. And then my family moved to Asia, because my dad was in the forces, in the military forces. So we moved over there, and there was no boxing over there. The only thing that was over there was Kung Fu. So it was the closest thing to boxing that I could find. So that's what I did. And I was about 8 or something, and then I've been doing it ever since. And of course, I did a lot more boxing and Sandow once I got some good level in Kung Fu. So basically, Simon, it was because it was the closest thing that was available to me when I was living in Asia. Now, next question from Mark. Do you play video games? Well, my life is actually kind of like a video game, like a Kung Fu game, day to day. And of course, doing movies and videos and things for people. I'm also doing a lot of, those flashy kind of stuff. So, the last thing I want to do when I get home is play war games or Kung Fu games or any fighting games, because I do it all day long. But I do play one video game. In the winter time, I always play a game on my PC, which is called Moto Road Rash. And basically it's just driving a motorcycle. So most of the year I have my own motorcycle, but in the winter time here in Holland it's really cold. So it's not so much fun in a motorcycle, so then I drive my car, and when the weather's really bad, but I want to drive a bike, then I go play Moto Road Rash. So you can look that up. It's a real good game, and you can go up in the levels and get bigger bikes, faster bikes. So it's pretty cool. So that's the only computer game that I actually play. I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog because I used to like that a long time ago. But nowadays, I think the motorcycle game is the only one that I do. Now, the next one's an interesting question from Doutzen. How many bones have you broken? How many bones have you broken? And what was the most painful? Okay, well, I've probably broken at least 20 bones in my body through my career, through injuries or through fighting. And I think the worst one ever was I got hit one time in the ribs, and my rib got cracked here by a spinning hook kick. Somebody hit me with a spinning hook kick. And that was so painful, because when your rib is broken, you can't laugh, you can't cry, you can't sometimes even breathe. You know, it hurts basically. Excuse me, I just had some sushi. It hurts me to even breathe. So I think a broken rib is definitely one of the most painful things that you can break. So don't ever let anyone break a rib. And Carla wants to know, what age were you when you won your first gold medal? Well, actually, the first gold medal I ever won was not for Kung Fu, it was for swimming, when I was about 9 years old. So it was like a big swimming race, and and I came first, so I won a gold medal then. But the first Kung Fu gold medal I won was in the first competition I did at the age of 10. And the last question for this video is from one of my most advanced Kung Fu kids, Sep. What is the philosophy of yin and yang? Good question, Sep. Okay, well, yin and yang, the way to look at it is very simple. So everything in life has two sides. Dark has light. Hard has soft. There are male and female. And this is basically the idea of yin and yang. You need both of those things to have a complete picture. So in the martial arts term, we say that the yang energy is trained in the Kung Fu, and the yin energy is trained with our Tai Chi, when we do our Tai Chi. So it's basically the law of opposites and the relationship that they have to each other. Okay? That's a very simplified version for you, just to get a basic understanding. Cool. So, that was a lot of fun. I really like these questions. And if any of you have a question, any of the kids out there, or any of the adults, that's also fine. Just put it in the comments down there, or send it in on the email to hongyingwushu, Gmail, and maybe it'll show up on the next video. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed the answers, and I hope you all got the answers that you were looking for. Until the next time, have a good day.